We're looking at two pictures on your screen right now, folks. If you're just waking up and joining FBN AM, we are waiting for President Trump. He's going to be addressing the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. You've got, of course, the famous white doors, which we've been staring at for the last 10 minutes, but we've also got the stage. And that's where the president is going to be sitting down and holding this. He's going to be talking with Klaus Schwab, who, again, founded Davos back in 1971. And, James, what's interesting about the evolution of Davos in all of these years, over the last 50 years, is kind of how the tone has changed. I mean, it's a sleepy, small Swiss village that's been overrun by CEOs and politicians and celebrities. But my point to Jonathan earlier, was that we're seeing kind of, I think, a little bit of a shift away from global unity, if you will, James. And that's going to be interesting to watch this week.
I don't know. I don't know if the world's ever been unified. I think, one of the really interesting stories at Davos has been the Chinese. The Chinese for years came there. They peddled their shtick and everybody was fine with that. But look at how the stage has really shifted. To me, the real news here is the sullying of the Chinese brand. It's not President Trump coming in so strong. It's who would have predicted that the Chinese would have come in looking so bad. The Hong Kong, the elections in Taiwan. In the United States, we just shut down the University of Maryland, another Confucius Center. It's not just the United States. Worldwide, I think people are looking at China, recognizing that their Davos shtick isn't the reality, that they're a bully economy. And I would take issue that the problems in the world aren't capitalism. There are people that are trying to manipulate the capitalistic system for their own gain. China's the number one guilty of that. And I think the real news is China doesn't show up here, and it's not everybody's friend, and Donald Trump is. Who would have predicted that 3 years ago? That's
the message, James Carafano, that he's going to be bringing to this speech. And again, we're going to be taking his comments live. We expect to see the presidents in the next few moments from Davos. But it's 6.6 million jobs created, James. It is a 3.5% unemployment rate. It is markets at records, 22 records for the Dow. I mean, David can address this as well. But, James, that is something that he's going to show these world leaders. Look at what I've done with my America First policy.
I think that's right. And again, trade's been a part of that, and he's been aggressive at trade deals. So we also are likely to hear maybe something about a U.S.-UK trade deal, because Brexit is coming up very quickly, and the U.S. is very pro on that. And we've got to be fair to our British friends. They actually are paying their 2% on NATO. But the other thing that's really important that Jesse brought up is two key meetings, Iraq and Pakistan. Pakistan's important because the U.S. is negotiating with the Taliban, trying to make a deal in Afghanistan. Iraq is really important because the U.S. is really trying to solidify its footprint in the Middle East. So even on the foreign policy front, the president's signaling that he is very aggressive. Remember, he was the isolationist, the guy that hated trade, and he comes here as the world's leading trade deal maker and is one of the most aggressive presidents in terms of protecting America's interests around the world. Really, it could not be better for him.